about that.
No, you're
You're
good.
good.
What's up, Sooner Nation? Welcome back to the Sooner Surge softball edition here. Joined by a very special guest, Paytn Monticelli, from transfer from University of Wisconsin. One of the reasons that OU's transfer portal class ranked #1. Thanks for taking time to join us, Paytn.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. It's really exciting to be on here, and I'm glad I could join y'all.
Appreciate it. And why don't we start with 2021, 22? You're, the player of the year there in Wisconsin. Then as a true freshman, pitched a lot of innings as a true freshman. And then take us kind of through the mindset of transferring there and what led you to the University of Oklahoma.
Honestly, I was looking for more of a cultural change. I wanted to be surrounded by women who not only wanted to win a national championship, but also wanted to continue their careers in the game of softball. And where else would you go for that, honestly? Like everybody here is a baller, everybody here is a stud. Not that people weren't ballers and studs at Wisconsin. It's just their heads were all in the same direction of wanting to be something more in softball after college, and wanting to compete in either pro or Olympic level softball is just what my goal is too. So, people like Kinsey Hansen, Jada Coleman, like those girls, they all have mind of softball post college. So I figured why not learn from the best in that as well, from coach and then coach Roach and JT as well. So, yeah, I'm glad I ended up here because this is really like the perfect place to kind of build a resume in the game of softball, especially post college and wanting to coach and all that. So, yeah,
That's
Yeah.
great to hear. We're glad you're here for sure.
thank you.
What's been the biggest adjustment you think for you, just transferring and in this off season and now getting started in school?
Honestly, I would say being further from home has been a little bit of an adjustment. When I was at Wisconsin last year, I literally could ask my parents to come and pick me up and they'd be there in an hour. So it's a little different nowadays to have some more space between my family, but I'm still keeping in touch with them as much as I can through like FaceTime and all that. But I mean, besides that, I mean, softball, I'm gonna catch up. Obviously, there's a learning curve coming to Oklahoma, no matter where you're from, whether you're a first year or a transfer. So I'm really excited to continue to grow and learn from all my teammates, and the coaches, obviously. But yeah, I mean, being away from home has been a little hard, but I'm learning to adjust.
Yeah, Peyton. So as you said, like you wanted to transfer maybe because you wanted a culture change or something. What exactly about Oklahoma's culture attracted you to Oklahoma?
Honestly, just the feeling of family and community, not even just with like the fans, but also like the families themselves. Like when I announced my commitment, I got a message from Tia's parents and they were saying how excited they are to have me. And it felt so much like home already. And when I was here on my visit, coach was like, this team is not like any other team in the way that we all support each other. We're all there for each other. Really, it's really about community and family and building that trust. And it's honestly like it is family. It reminds me a lot of my family actually, in the way that like we build each other up on integrity, on trust, and all that, and um, just working hard and that blue collar mentality.
Yeah, Peyton, what about just give kind of the Sooner fans, let us know a little bit about your pitching. What would you say is your best two pitches?
I am working on a few right now, but I would say my fastball is definitely my go-to, and my rise ball as well.
Nice. And then what about Jen Roach? I mean, you mentioned her earlier. Just kind of tell us about how that relationship's going and just looking forward to obviously being under her tutelage, I
Mhm.
guess.
Yeah, I was excited to get working with her since my visit. And she actually was able to come to one of my pitching lessons in Chicago, to see me throw, which was cool. So I'm just really excited to tap into more of her knowledge and her tools just from like coaching all of these great pitchers, and her being just the mind in softball that she is. It's just super cool to have the opportunity to pitch under her and then hopefully continue to bring her knowledge forward in the game after school is done and all that. So, yeah, I mean, eventually I do want to be a GA and I do want to be a pitching coach somewhere. So, to continue her legacy in a way would just be a really cool opportunity.
Yeah, Peyton, what about some future things that are right around the horizon? I guess the fall battle series has been released and announced. That's got to be exciting. I don't know if that happens everywhere, but the excitement that's around that this year is just, I think, over the top, even more so because of players like you and others from the portal that are in, and then some others that are joining the team, commits and things. Anyway, talk a little bit about that, and then also Love's Field that's going to be opening this year. Just some exciting things that are happening. I don't know how OU continues to build the excitement, but they're doing it again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited myself, and I can't even imagine how the fans are feeling. Battle series is something that I am not used to because last year we were playing against other teams themselves. So, I mean, scrimmaging our own teams and then being able to sell tickets for it and the possibility of having a sold out stadium for that is just insane to me. Not insane in a bad way, but just like kind of unbelievable because I didn't know the game of softball could grow so much. Just based on the fact that, like, obviously Oklahoma three-peated, looking for that four-peat this year. But I mean, it's just super cool to see the game growing in such a positive direction, like people wanting to see the fall games, people wanting to see the progress from fall to spring. Because Love's Field, our first game, I believe, I think it might already be selling out just based on the fact that there are season ticket holders and all that stuff going on. There's a lot behind the scenes that I don't even know what's happening, you know? But it's just cool to see, like, everybody wants to see all the newcomers, all of the returners, like everybody growing from the start of the fall season to then when the Women's College World Series comes around, you know?
Yeah. So maybe what are some goals you have for yourself as fall ball approaches, and maybe even some goals you have for you guys as a whole entire pitching staff?
Honestly, goals for myself, I just want to be better. I want to be a better person and better athlete than I was last year. This is a big year of growth for me, and I'm really excited to learn. So I would say learning is one of my biggest goals, and being able to have like that open communication style with my coaches and have them know like what my struggles are, and same with my teammates, like opening up to them and letting them know like, so like this is just a hypothetical, but if like I struggle throwing overhand, then like I want them to know that. So it's a more of like a team thing. So we're all building each other up. And I would just say like coming together as a team, like we were last year, again, this year is a big goal. Like having that locker room culture start now instead of starting in the spring is just a big deal for us. So I would say locker room culture and then just learning as a team. We're all learning about each other and learning from our coaches again because there's always room to grow.
Yeah, and you mentioned Jackson. You mentioned the staff there. To have six pitchers with the talent that Oklahoma has this upcoming season is pretty insane. I mean, usually you get 2 to 3, and you're like, wow, this staff is so deep. But the fact that you guys have so many arms and different, some lefties, some righties. So uh, talk about just that battle that there's going to be there, and not just that, just how you guys can kind of encourage and feed off each other, maybe.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited because I've never been on a staff as large as this before. And we all complement each other really well. So I feel like it's really hard for teams to scout us as there are six of us, you know? But I mean, the transfers coming in, Kelly Maxwell, Carly Keeney, and then added on top of Katie, SJ, and Nicole May is just, and myself. But it's so cool to be surrounded by all of these women that are very capable of being starters at other universities that all want to help each other and want to grow each other. And it's not about the innings. It's not about who gets the start. It's all about building up the program and building the foundation for the years to come. Because, like you guys know, we have 3 seniors this year, and they're trying to build us up because we have, I think, a pitcher coming in next year and all that. So it's just exciting to see them want to pay it forward because they could easily enter the transfer portal and go somewhere else to be a starter that pitches 150 innings out of the year, which is a decent amount of innings. But it's cool that they stuck around and they wanted to continue to pay it forward in the pitching staff and continue to help the young people like myself grow.
Yeah, that's great, and that's great to hear. It kind of talks about the family culture that you're talking about. I got a few questions that are just totally off subject, not softball related at all. It's kind of like a lightning round, so just
Sure.
kind of some quick answers here. What is playing right now on your Spotify, Payton?
Oh gosh. Definitely Zach Bryan's new album.
Oh, nice. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, love it. What about binge watch TV? Is there a show that you're binging or that you've binged recently?
Normally my go-to is Friends. I've seen it like 5 times, but I'm finishing up Game of Thrones right now.
Oh
So,
yeah, it's one of my
yeah,
favorites.
yeah.
What do you like to do outside of softball?
I honestly, softball is my like everything. But I like to like draw and that type of stuff, and I know how to play guitar. And when I'm home over the summer, I take my dog for walks like all the time and spend a lot of time with my brother and all that. So, yeah, big family person. So, yeah,
Awesome. And then the last one is Raising Cane's or Chick-fil-A, the big one.
Raising Cane's for
Oh, okay.
sure.
Now what?
Yeah.
Now Peyton, what if I said Culver's? Because
Oh, oh,
Wisconsin,
oh gosh.
I'm a big Culver's guy when we go to Missouri, and I know it's Wisconsin based, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it is Wisconsin based. The original one is in the Madison area, actually.
Okay.
So I've been to the original Culver's, and honestly, I would have to rank that one number one out of all possible fast food restaurants that you could go to, just based on the cheese curds, like the soft serve
Oh, yeah.
custard. Like, it's just so Wisconsin, and it just honestly it feels like home to me. So it's weird not having any down here, at least not to my knowledge that there are any down here. But yeah, I'm excited because then over Thanksgiving I get to enjoy it more when I go and
Yeah.
get custard with my friends.
Awesome. Well, Peyton, we do appreciate you taking time out of your day and your schedule to join us here on the Sooner Surge. It's been great to hear who Peyton Monticelli is and just why OU and all the things you talked about today. Very encouraging and exciting. So glad you're part of Sooner Nation and appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. I'm really excited to get going and just to show you guys what Sooner softball means to me on the field as well.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Have a good
Thanks,
day,
Peyton.
Boomer.
Yeah, thank you guys. You
Boomer.
too.